You've seen the headlines. An arrest in Venezuela. Press conferences. Maybe a few dramatic news clips. But have you stopped to ask yourself, is that really the story? Why does a country producing less than 1 million barrels of oil per day still make the world pause? It's not about the news of the day. It's about the forces quietly shaping the future, the moves happening behind the scenes. Venezuela is more than a country in crisis. It's a signal, a puzzle piece in a much larger game. And if we don't see the game, we might miss the consequences. At first glance, Venezuela seems like a shadow of itself. Oil fields are underused, infrastructure is decaying, and skilled workers have left. So why should we care? Because this isn't about what Venezuela produces today. It's about what it could produce tomorrow if someone takes the right or wrong steps. With the largest proven oil reserves on the planet, roughly 300 billion barrels, Venezuela holds potential energy power that could shift markets, economies, and alliances. Ask yourself, if you had control over such a resource, would you sit back and let others decide how it's used? And it's not just oil. Ask yourself why the world has priced oil in US dollars for decades. It's not tradition, it's power. When oil trades in dollars, it shapes everything: global finance, trade flows, debt systems, currency demand. If that system shifts, if oil starts being sold in other currencies, the ripple effects are enormous. So Venezuela isn't just an oil story. It's a currency story, a financial story, a story about who sets the rules for the 21st century. Who really controls the future? The country producing the oil today, or the system controlling how it's traded? Zoom out a bit. Venezuela isn't an island. China has been expanding in Latin America for 2 decades, financing ports, railways, and energy projects, signing free trade agreements, investing through the Belt and Road Initiative. This isn't ideological, it's strategic. Control the ports, control the pipelines, control the payment systems, and suddenly influence spreads quietly across nations. Think about it. If a neighboring country can bypass the global dollar system, what does that mean for your economy, your investments, your future? It's tempting to think control equals power. But in modern economics, positioning matters more than outright control. Who gets to ensure shipments? Who clears payments? Who provides financing? Whoever occupies these nodes shapes the flow of money and resources long before a barrel of oil moves. And Venezuela sits at one of these nodes. The world is watching because this is where future influence will be decided. Right now, oil prices haven't surged. Current production is low, OPEC can adjust, US shale can ramp up. But markets don't just react to today. They react to tomorrow, next year, and even a decade from now. Investors are asking, who will get access to contracts? Which infrastructure will be rebuilt? Which alliances will influence energy flows? Even a small change in Venezuela signals large shifts in global strategy. Are you paying attention to what's coming, or only to what's happening now? And the bigger problem isn't oil, it's clarity. Institutional clarity. Investors, banks, and governments need to know who signs contracts, who collects revenue, who guarantees the rules. Without clarity, billions of dollars sit on the sidelines. Nothing moves, risks grow. And this uncertainty doesn't just affect Venezuela. It affects the global system, from energy markets to supply chains, from currency stability to geopolitical leverage. How resilient is the system you rely on if clarity disappears in one key region? Looking ahead, there are a few paths. 1. A stabilized transition where a temporary authority is established, contracts honored, capital slowly returns, and markets adjust. 2. Prolonged ambiguity where nothing collapses but nothing is certain. Investment stays cautious, oil stays offline, and the world waits. Or 3. Fragmented integration, where Venezuela engages economically through multiple channels, some aligned with the US, some with China, and control becomes distributed. Each path has consequences not just for Venezuela, but for regional power, global markets, and currency systems. If you zoom out even further, Venezuela is a mirror. It reflects global economic shifts, supply chain vulnerabilities, the fragility of financial systems, and how individual decisions echo across continents. From one country, we can see global patterns. From one crisis, we can ask systemic questions. Are we prepared for the next shift, or will we react too late? So no, this wasn't just about an arrest. It was about energy optionality, global finance, trade alignments, and market expectations. The headlines may move on, but the quiet reshaping of the system continues. From the streets of Caracas to the boardrooms in New York, from historical reserves to future currencies, This is where power is silently decided. And you have to ask yourself, in the next decade, will you be observing the shift or caught unprepared by it? Because the truth is simple. Resources are fixed, systems matter, and positioning decides the winners. And Venezuela is just the beginning.